First of all, thank you to all the bananas in chat for letting me know that we are now officially live on the twitch.tv/theassumer, and shout out to, is it Bryce Miglaw in chat? I was reading your name as it was moving through the chat very fast. You're the first person to get that was a reference not only to the Flintstones but to the Simpsons as well. And yeah, that whole thing just kind of popped into my head and I had to like reword it and then do a little something funny with the footage I had. So shout outs to you. And if you're wondering why we're talking about that, I had an intro to a Hermitcraft episode where I flew into a tree and I sung Asuma, oh Asuma, you're the greatest up in history. And then it got remixed by TA Music. So shout outs to TA Music for that wonderful remix as well. First job of today's stream is to lay down some carpet. We're going to be laying down carpet, peeps. And we're done, that's it. I just needed to... No. That's all the red done, but there's more. There's more. We need one for pink. And I really like how even this is at the moment. I think I'm going to put pink over here. And wiggle this around a little bit. So pink goes in this direction. Now that looks better. But now it's lopsided. Oh, we cannot be having that, can we, peeps? Is this Diablo free music, says Doggy Bill. It is, it is. And speaking of music, so we had some, remix songs in the introduction there. And I was thinking prior to this live stream about my website, assumavoid.com, and how it would be cool to maybe remake it and try and focus more on the website, like showcasing the community, like putting fan art on the front page, putting remixes, like there's so much more than just the videos, and on there it's just the videos, right? So I've been thinking about, well, is there a way to like expand what's on there? And here we are, listening to remixes, and it got me thinking. In the Fullcraft season, we made mock album covers of different Fullcraft members. Like, oh, it's so brilliant. Like, go search Fullcraft Records on YouTube, and you'll see an episode. And like, I go around in my shop, and you can see in the record shop all these albums. Like, there's one of like Tupac, All Eyes on Me, except it's Iskow. and there's like all these puns and jokes. Like B-double-O is Michael Jackson's Bad because he's a big MJ fan. And anyway, it made me think, like, what if we put together a fake album? I wouldn't put anything official together, but a fake album cover with track listing that links to all of the different remixes that have been made by people in the community. And sort of give it an album cover. And I was thinking I could take some of my favourite records of all time, or favourite record covers, and then put them into little, get an artist to remake them derp style. This derp. And make an album like thing on there, and like have a little fake album cover. And hey, Ren. By the way, 49 on the tag. 49 on the tag. Did you see Beef's album in his shop? Yeah, I brought a copy. So anyway, that's what was on my mind prior to this stream. I've got a lot of like ideas like that. I don't expect to see it actually happen. I will certainly think about how to get it done. The problem is, ideas like that, redesigning websites, creating all these things, it takes time and effort, and I don't really have someone who I can go, hey, make this happen to. So it's an idea. I'm definitely going to write the idea down. There's no doubt about that. In fact, I'm going to open up a notepad right now. I'm going to at least get those ideas on paper somewhere. Can you update your timer, says Jamie. Did I not click start? I didn't click start. Of all the things I needed to click, I didn't click start. We're about 4:40 in. Let's just go. Oh dear. Wait, does it start from there then? No, not quite. There we go, time is running. Thank you for the heads up on that. Okay, let's get some of these noises in the ear. And we'll stop right... Oh, actually, I got one more to place. Whoop. One more to place. We need to go make some more pink. Pink is the colour. We've got to go grab some bone meal as well. I am reminding myself what I do while I read the noises in the ear. In the eardrums. So we had Chroma76 with some cheers and bits in the pre-stream. Thank you ever so much, Chroma. I appreciate you you sending those cheers and bits my way. We got Angus here for 2 months saying yay. Thank you ever so much, Angus. I appreciate that. Oh! Oh yeah, that's them. They're still here. Flopperfin for 2 months. Thank you ever so much, Flopperfin. Appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Okay, we're landing. We're landing safely. And I have a shulker box. Boop. Okay, quickly now. Concentrate. Concentrate on the task at hand, X. We don't want more derpage. Oh, that's concrete. That needs to go somewhere else. This music does not fit the tone of Minecraft. I'll admit that. I'll admit that any day. But I love this soundtrack so much. Probably a bit weird tuning in, listening, watching some good old Minecraft and listening to some weird diabolical darkness. Okay, there we go. Those will probably get me through. Yeah, that's going to be enough to do the job. Next thing we need is bone meal, so bones over here. You know, what I'll do is I'll take the bone blocks because we get more bang for the buck that way. And then we've got to come back here and make more bone blocks later. Kind of in a big way. Actually, have I got any more shulker boxes? Yeah, I do. I don't like using the coloured ones. I need to, like, uncolour them. Feels weird. I always, like, keep them neutral until I know their purpose. Assume, any opinions about GTA 5 being free on Epic Games? I did not know they'd made it free. That's an interesting move. I guess after all these years, it being the game, they built a business model to sell DLC and online content. Now they're probably, sales are probably at such a low, they would benefit now from getting more people in and the potential. Yeah, we've got to fix the elytra, thanks to the people in chat. Yeah, they probably benefit their business model from actually just getting people like playing the game, just giving it to them. Oh, did you like that, by the way? Oh, I like that, X. Oh, how's that work? What's going on? What voodoo magic is this? This is what vanilla needs right here. You know, it needs some of that. Let's just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that until we get over there. So we have more noises. We have Steno112 for 21 months. Thank you ever so much. That is, you know, free 7 months. It's not 3 years. 21 months is free lots of 7. Just felt like telling you that, you know. My brain did maths. We got Mr. Marshall here with the Prime subscription. Lamia Willow with the Prime as well. Diablo _ here with a donation saying shout out Asuma. I get a shout out today, do I? Thank you ever so much for your donation, dude. Is the name in any way related to the soundtrack? We're listening to the Diablo 2 soundtrack. One of my all-time favourites. Here's another thing I've been thinking about a lot, peeps. I've really been thinking about doing music streams where I just, you know, blow caution to the wind on the whole copyright stuff. Because essentially, you know, you just don't make money on the video these days. It's not quite as terminal as some people make out. So what I could do is just stream and then not make money on that video. Now, this being my job, you want to monetize the things that you do. Sacrificing one every now and then, not so bad. So I was thinking maybe once a month we do a music stream, and I'll put together, like, I was thinking I could put together a theme for each one. Like, it could be a genre of music, it could be a period in my life, it could be my favorite songs, I could play my own music because I won't monetize it. I could do all sorts of things. And Firefox Panda says, like a DJ. You know, I tried to do a DJing live stream once, and in the middle of it, I found out that, like, I couldn't do that on Twitch. Now, I don't want it to... What I learned from that experience is that going from 0 to, like, hey, now I'm DJing a set, like, you might think you can talk your way through it, but you got to learn some stuff, right? Common thing on YouTube is that people think, oh yeah, I can just make YouTube videos and a Let's Play and stuff, and there's no reason you shouldn't try and learn how to do it, but... You know, not the same for everyone. Some people will be like clued in and know how to do it, but a lot of people will find that sitting down and chatting to a computer for a while, you know, doing a live stream or whatever, it's actually pretty tricky. It's like a skill you have to learn over time. you go back and watch some of my very old live streams, you'll see it's quite different from the ones today. So yeah, anyway, I jumped into this DJing thing. I was like, well, it's actually kind of difficult. I got all these thoughts and feelings about music, yet now I'm doing it live and people are watching. I sort of don't know what to say. And then we had to cancel it anyway, so that kind of happened. Right, we'll put, I think we'll just put 4 stacks in each and every one of these is what we're aiming for. Hopefully that's enough to do the whole thing. Maybe I didn't bring enough of these in total. So yeah, anyway, I don't know what the format is going to be. It's not going to be that. It will probably be me playing Minecraft, doing some grindy stuff, chatting about the songs in between, queuing them up and playing them, you know. That'll probably be my approach. Alright, we got on-screen Proton for 2 months saying love the remixes. Glad you enjoyed them, dude. We have Shizuku3158 for 23 months, Darker Mans, Double 9 for 17, AH Thomson, Madagai for 30 months, Jimmy Pup Free for 3 months. We got EAS68 with that Prime subscription. Thank you ever so much for your Prime, I appreciate that. And Alsev99 is here for 3 months saying, just finished rewatching Season 1 of Hermitcraft. It's crazy impressive how your progression has been so far. Keep up the good work and have a nice stream, everyone. You progress with time, didn't you? That's what you do. And, yeah, it's been like a continual journey of evolution making content, that is for sure. Right, peeps, I have a drink with me today. It's not tea time, it's mocha time. I am treating myself to a mocha. Probably haven't had one in about a month. Oh. Betchaka says that they've been doing audio engineering for 3 years. They've been immersed in music for 100 for 10 years, decade. Oh man, this is some beautiful mocha right here. Perfect temperature. And they would, I can't remember what you said, but yeah, basically it would be crazy to do a DJing set, yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, I thought it would be easier. I could sort of picture myself, oh, you know, I do talking on stream and all of this, but then it was kind of weird, like the song finished, and then I was like, and now I've got to talk about this song and lead it into the next one. And then I was like, whoa, this is way more challenging than I thought it would be. Okay, we got Gareth for 2 months, Spooky Dokie here for 26, saying I'm really excited for LPMT2. I hope we get lots of peeps join when it's going to start. Keep up the great work. Spooky, I'll be sure to help promote it in various ways that I can. I am also excited for it returning. I am really interested in some of the customized aspects of what can be done with some of the ideas that we've had, but I don't know quite where we're at with them. I haven't been to a meeting about it in a week or so. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. It's going to be awesome. WC Christ is here with cheers and bits. Thank you so much, Christ. I appreciate it. Kitty Gaming 99 for 30 months saying loving the quarantine content. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I've been pumping out the videos, you know. Excuse me, a bit of a mouth burp there. Oh, that is absolutely delicious. Oh man, see, I don't have coffee very often, and I love a mocha. But I just had a workout, and I feel pretty exhausted, and I thought I kind of really fancy one. And if there's a better time for having one, I don't know, because I could do with a little bit of a perk up with the energy. I'll be fine without, but you know, I'll take it. Let's put 2 into each of these chests now. Let's use the chests and let them do the rest of the work right. The problem with the amount of hoppers and the way this is laid out is that it would be such an immense amount of effort to get this thing fully stocked. A lot of grinding would go into that, right? I just kind of realised that we should have had this running the entire time. That would have been a bit more efficient, right? Hi X, are you bilingual? Doesn't that mean you can speak multiple languages and stuff? In which case I'm not. I am actually going to leave this running with my camera account. so we can do other stuff while we stream. Tumbling Tornado is here. I mean, the turd is highlighted. It's not Tor, it's Tornado. Spokey Dokie says, oh right, I thought you made a mistake with the name. LPM2 instead of LPMT2. Minecraft 2 together. I appreciate the pun. It's actually a really smart one. I just think, what happens with LPM3? Right, like, you know, you got to think that far ahead. I think it might be a little bit misleading. I don't know, like, how big of a deal is it? To people who are in the know and want to be a part of it, it probably doesn't matter that it's called that. For people on the outside, it might be like, oh, I think that's something different to LPMT? I don't know. I don't got the answers, peeps. Ooh. Okay, right, I need to check very quickly that is not on my screen. Brilliant. Brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Right, now my camera count should be able to join. And teleport to the B. Cool. Alright, so that can just continue doing its thing for a while. Let's go gather up some more bone meal next. Oh yeah, and we don't have a portal up here. We can't really put a portal that high up. I think it would desync the other one. Oh. Well, who did this? It's like, did you look up there? Could have used that. Whose is this? Efo, come on, man. Come on, man, you could have used that. Feel free to use. I wonder if you ever noticed that. That's amazing. I think this might be specifically for certain colours, though. There appears to be a cluster of cornflower in here. This is hilarious. I love this. It's just built right below mine. Oh. Yeah, this might be for obtaining certain clusters. Now, I don't know what the collection system is. It looks like it's just player. So, is this finished? I'm probably spoiling, aren't I? This doesn't look finished. It looks like there's redstone that needs to head over here. Or maybe the redstone is below. Let's press the button. Well, you just got exclusive previews, peeps. So when you're watching Efo's video, tell him that he built his flower farm underneath another flower farm. We'll build another one in the future, just underground somewhere, you know. Yeah, it's a spoiler. Okay, my bad. We're gonna move some sheep around later, and they're nearby. Anyway, Tumbling Turd, Nado, thank you ever so much for emphasising your name. We got Mixanu here, gifting a sub to Dark Starnova. Mixanu, got to send me another. I want to see the latest. All right, from me to you. I'm not going to say what. I want to see the latest. I'm dead excited. But thank you for gifting a sub and supporting our community as well. I appreciate that. I appreciate it ever so much. Why are we heading back? Oh look, we've got to pick this up. Bones. Keeping my mind on the task, I am. So Integer says, how can I play on LPM2? LPM... Oh, see, now I'm doing it. They said LPMT2. It's not ready yet, okay? It'll be ready after 1.16. And notice what I said there, after. Not when 1.16 comes out, just sometime after it. I think people are, you know, gunning. Makes sense to do it within a reasonable amount of time, but they want to do it right. So if you're interested in being a part of LPMT 2, it actually rolls off the tongue so much better to say LPM2. I'll admit that right now. Oh god, got to finish my sentence now. My brain just went dead again. So you can become a tier 3 Twitch subscriber. That will get you in. That gives you instant access, or you can become a, I think it's level 1 now. But you can become a Patreon, and through Patreon you can get whitelisted on our gateway system. And we have a Discord as well that you'll need to join to be a part of it. LPMT, the first one, is still up, by the way, as well. So there's that. Right, now let's go grab... Do I have another stack of rockets? I don't. I'll need to make more. We are going to go and grab some bones. Them bones! You know? gonna end up a big old pile of them bones. Switch the green and pink carpet. I'm just gonna leave it how it is, Simi. I know it looks a little odd, but I'm never too fussed with stuff like that. That being said, I did start off by being all fussed about the layout of the carpets and moving them around, so shot myself in the foot there, really. Diablo is here with another donation, saying progress. Thank you ever so much for your donation, dude. I appreciate it. Progress. I feel like we said... What is hanging off the side of my face? So weird. I just turned my head and spotted something like dangling off the side of my face, but it's gone. Whatever. I'm seeing things clearly. Did I see some bones? I'm seeing bones now. Oh, I don't actually... I thought I had like a whole... Wait, I can see it again. In my peripheral vision, I can see something. What is that? Sorry if I'm knocking the microphone. I'm trying to grab at it, but... Oh, that's really strange. Okay, must not get distracted by a phantom thing. Well, apparently I didn't actually have any more bones to collect. I want to show this in a video before I kill them. It's hilarious. It's so weird because where did they spawn and why are they all drowned? I got a haunted house. Is XP watching? It's a haunted house. It sounds like one, doesn't it? Is this Diablo music, says Gone Grim? It is indeed. We got Fenexy YL with the Prime, Lauren Floof subscribing, Taribo8 for 22 months. And we got Nebract gifting a sub to Captain Walter. Thank you ever so much. Oh, that's so tasty. It's getting a little bit on the cooler side now. We got Mumbo for Mayor with a donation saying face reveal right now. Well, peeps, you're gonna get it, okay? Are you ready for it? The face has been revealed. Oh! Do you know what, actually? I was going to take this off, but it's already off. Oh. Thank you for the donation, dude. I appreciate it. As a neutral, you know, doing my reporting for the Heralds, I can't really give comment as to who I'm going to vote for, you know? Julio Jarina is here with the Prime subscription. Julio, thank you ever so much for the subscription there. And XB Crafted is definitely here. Not just chatting through the old Minecraft window. Ah, the nostalgia music, yes. XB is gifting subs to the community. Thank you ever so much, XB. I appreciate you doing that. McKay, M49 Earth, Nightmare 15, Matt King 1993, and Aim Tech YT. Be sure to thank XB in chat for those gifted subs. Oh yeah, I can't do it anywhere near as good. Nowhere near as good. Just a cheap imitation. That's what I am. Okay. I'm dangerously low on food. We need to go buy some food in the shopping district, and then we need to go work on the bamboo thing after we do some sheep wrangling. I think I've got everything I need sort of in here, so we're probably good. Wait, oh yeah, we've got to repair the elytra. Okay, so it's repair elytra, get food, then get sheep. See, look, I'm keeping myself on track today. I wanted to be productive. We got Bugsy Ramon for 2 months, and the Joystick Junkie with the Prime subscription, and X for Mayor with a donation. Well, thank you ever so much for the donation. I hereby throw my hat out of the window. I'm not running for Mayor, I'm telling you now. You heard it here first. When are you going to work on your own base for your chests and stuff, says Floris TRBK. Very soon. I feel like I'm getting there now, and let me drink a little bit more of this. I'm starting to kind of condense my jungle project a little bit. Initially I wanted to spread out really far to separate things, but then we changed the view distance, so all of Evil X for Mayor, that's not a bad idea. Actually, no, what am I on about? That's literally a terrible idea. Not a bad idea from a comical perspective, if you like seeing things get destroyed. If you find that funny, I guess. Look at this. Efo's on the best team with the rest of us. New member. He should put on a green headband or a green eyeball. I don't know. Where am I going? This way is the way to go. So yeah, I've decided now that actually I'm going to push my towers together a little bit and sort of focus them. So I'm not going to build it where my current chests are. I'm going to, excuse me, put it a little bit more central. Mouth burp. It'll be a little bit more central to everything. As basically everything's going to be loaded in my base now. But it's kind of like an interesting double-edged sword because it's now easier to do that because the server performs so much better. TH Aussie says Asuma check lag. We'll have none right now. There's like 4 of us. We have 10 on and we have none. It's incredible. So up here, the stinger will sting some piggies. All right, get stung. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Sound goes down all the way. And what did XP say? Nice and toasty warm. From Evil X's perspective, it will be very toasty and warm once it's covered in lava. Bonsers is here with the Prime, 5 blue magpies for 5 months, saying thanks for the streams and second channel uploads. Awesome, dude. Glad you're enjoying the second channel. Spidey Wren for 37 months. Arjun Matt 99 for 8. The Nev 2847 for 2 months, saying don't always get to catch your live streams, but when I do, it's always the best. Thank you. Thank you for the lovely message, dude. FW Games, 19 months of subscription. It's your birthday today! Can't celebrate, but I'm glad you're streaming. We can celebrate! Hang on a second. Let chat show FW Games how we can celebrate their birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. I'm going to guess, with it being quarantine and lockdown, it's not the same, but hopefully this will make it a little bit better. Thank you so much for your support. And look at that, look at that, look at that chat, you know. The Twitch servers are dying right now. Oh, they're getting murdered. Look at all that bandwidth. That sounds strangely, strangely suggestive. I won't think about that too much. Nakun Aid Dragon is here with a subscription. We got Bembo subscribing with Amazon Prime. Falk HD here with a donation saying, hey X, I was wondering how much you made that bar at the top of your stream. I'm looking at making something similar for my own stream. I made it using Photoshop actually. We should repair the pic while we're here. I made it using Photoshop and just some basic Photoshop skills. There's really like nothing too in depth to it, but to explain how I did it, you need like quite a few basic tools in Photoshop. The way I learned Photoshop is just years ago. I used to love like tinkering around with art. Oh my god, here's something I was going to talk about in another stream and I forgot. And I might like tweet this out or put it somewhere. But there used to be this game online that you could play that was like a text-based management game for running a band and getting signed and doing shows and putting out albums. And one of the things that this game had that drew me in is that you could upload your own album covers for your band. So I made a band called Doom and I designed like about, I think like 10 albums and like live albums as well. And I made my own cover art using the various Doom logos and like images and mixing them together using Photoshop. And they were so cool. And like I even had like names. I used to name all the songs on the record and stuff. I used to love being creative and coming up with like diabolical song names and stuff. What's the name of that game, says Guy Umber? I can't remember, and I've not been able to find it online, and I believe it's probably just one of those things that ended up dying and disappearing. If ever it comes back to me, I'd certainly like try and find it, but I've never been able to do that. Anyway, I found these files on my hard drive, and it just reminds me that I used to do a lot of tinkering in Photoshop, so over time I learned loads of cool skills to do with it, and then I could put them to use. So the shapes that you see on the screen, the colour of the bars, there's like a tiny bit of shading and this and that, some little tips and techniques that I learned over time. They're kind of difficult to pass on. I think Doc sells food, right? Let's have a look. 5 goats. I mean, 5 guys, they sell food, right? Oh man, you're all out, Doc. Got some profits though. Got some profits. What's in here? So yeah, it looks like they're out of stock. I am gonna go into this area. I'm clearly not supposed to be here. Clearly I'm not supposed to be here. Okay. Brian sells food. Brian? Brian sells food? Let's go check it out. Does anyone else though? Just thinking, like, Joe used to, but he moved his shop. Let's go check it out. Selling Brian's goodies. Okay. Okay, what's this? Is it 2 stacks for a single diamond? What a bargain. What an absolute bargain. Let's grab ourselves a diamond. You know, that's cheap right there. That is cheap. Also, I had one shulker box missing in there, and it makes me wonder what it is and where I left it. Uh-oh. It should always be full if I'm travelling around with my ender chest here. Maybe it was that one, I don't know. I'm not going to think about it too much. So, there we go, we got food. Sweet. You know, we upgraded a little bit. Do you know about Hightail, says SlugG Alpha? I do. And, alright. When you talk about things other people do, there's always someone in a crowd of people. We got 4,200 viewers, okay? A very small percent of that amount of people could do something like, you know, someone might behave in not the best of ways. So don't go and do something silly like try and figure out who this person is, okay? But someone sent me a tweet, and I can't remember the language they were using, but they were trying to be accusational towards me and angry at me because I was part of the Hightail, and they even like put the little star in to act like it's a swear word. Some people, you know, getting too emotional about some stuff, you know. I don't know why they have a allegiance against Hightail, or why me being someone who covers Hightail is a crime in their eyes or something for them to get angry about. At the end of the day, I kind of hope they don't continue to feel that way, because that seems like a very pointless burden of anger to have on your shoulders. But yes, you mentioning Hightail just immediately reminded me of that. I'm looking forward to Hightail, but as development has gone on and development slowed down, and it's become more obvious what the game is about, it's looking more and more like a... First of all, it's looking more and more like more of an adventure game, but also, in that time, Minecraft has really been stepping up. Like 1.16 it's got a load of like community requested things in it. The polish going into many of the features in the game is fantastic. The way they're handling changes in redstone, which by the way I found out a circuit that I very frequently use is going to break. That's unfortunate, but the way they're handling a lot of things, it feels very positive and very much in the right direction. So, because of that, I get this feeling more and more like it's not going to be that big a deal for me personally. And when I first saw it, I was at a point where I was thinking something's going to come along and take over Minecraft at some point. But I feel like the trend since 1.13 of Minecraft updates has actually been really fantastic. The way they take their time and really do well with each of the updates. So yeah, I kind of feel like maybe it doesn't really have the potential to fill that Minecraft hole, so to speak, right? Oh yeah, we need Kralis to grab the tag. Right, Nakue Dragon is here with some cheers and bits, saying, hey X, at least it wasn't a wasp. While I was working the other night, I had one chilling on my right shoulder. You know, that's almost cool until they sting you, right? Those wasps can be nasty. I'm reminded that I needed to put droppers on top of all of here. Okay, so you might like guess what I'm going to be doing next. I'm not going to be putting the sheep in. I'm not going to do that on a live stream. I'll so get that wrong. In fact, it looks like I can't really remove that. This is going to be a little trickier than I would like. Maybe I will have to remove it and find a way to replace that. That's a bit of a bummer. In which case, we're probably not going to do too much here then. We'll get the sheep ready on the other side in the nether. That was sort of my plan. But this is actually going to be a little bit trickier than I thought. I guess one of the things I could do is modify this here. I'll figure out a way. I'll do it, you know, when I'm not streaming. I can think properly and, you know, make sure I do something that's smart and makes sense. Because, you know me. How often do I do things that are smart and make sense? Not very often, I hear you say. Not very often. We'll make our portal on the opposite side. Okay, because I really need to make one over there. What I need to do is come up here. I'm probably going to put my portal about this distance. So in this spot, we're going to type trigger. Nether coordinates in overworld. That's the dimension I'm in. Tells me where we would be if we were in the nether dimension. So if you're thinking, that's cool, oh, I want that. I want that in my Minecraft world. Well, let me tell you how. Okay, I never made the plug for this, did I? No, I did. Vanilla Tweaks. Oh, that's the way. Oh, there's a website you can visit. Really? Yeah, there's a website. You know, you can go on there, you can grab that data pack, and you can get yourself tweaked with some in-game nether coordinates. Isn't that amazing? Oh, yes it is. You love it. Right, okay. I plugged Vanilla Tweaks. Well done. Well done me. You know, what a professional. What a professional. If any companies out there that want a proper plug, that's the way you do it. Alright, someone should hire me. Someone should hire me. Okay. The other thing we can do with Vanilla Tweaks, I'm really showing you all the tricks and tips now, aren't I? It is it CH? Coordinate Hub? What is it? I can't remember what CH is. Yeah, Coordinates Hub. So now, the two of these together, 208 is the one number. And minus 11 is the other. 208 minus 11. And our portal will be here, pretty much. I'll have to check the synchronicity with the squid farm over there at a later date. Okay, now we're going to turn that off. And actually, I'm not even going to fire this up. 1, 2, 3. Kind of made a big mistake here. GG, Asuma won tag, says Sicko. I didn't win tag. What did Kratos say, by the way? He knows where the tag is. I just don't have it. I'm at 49. Okay, Keralis is almost at 49 as well. Do you see something happening? Okay. Do you see? Do you understand? We're both going to get to 49 and then something's going to happen. Okay, it's going to involve weapons, it's going to involve armor. It's going to involve a showdown. Didn't I just say I wouldn't do that? I think I did. There we go, there we go. Just very, very reflexive, isn't it? I've made a portal, now I'm going to light it. You know, what do you expect? I think what I really need is slabs. Slabby jabbies is what we need. Let's grab some of those. Some of these, some of those. Don't forget to pick your nose. What? Okay, there we go. Right, noises in the ear, which I can never catch up with. I'm terrible. Resting Griffin is here for 24 months. That's 2 years. Oscar Vanderpoel with a subscription. Awesome Tree is gifting subs to Binary Bob Hope, Madan11, Karuk, MKVII, Submar. Thank you ever so much for supporting our community. Appreciate you gifting those subs. The Happy Wheels 1 with the Prime. Real Invidious has subscribed. We got Eagle 00789 for 2 months, gifting subs to... Wait, what did I just say for 2 months? Gifting 2 subs to Fofa and Chives123. We got Oscar Vanderpoel gifting a sub to Carrick Dan. Thank you so much for these gifted subs. Eagle's gifting another one to The Bailey. Appreciate you both supporting our community. Quantum Boss is here for 3 months. Relios is here for 18. We got Dogcat 2012 with the Prime, and Graceful is gifting those subs. Sir Lloyd, Dutch Gamer 46, CHRS, Maurice 8CF, and Zrada16, Grace, thank you for all you do, and thank you for supporting our community here as well. Ooh! I don't know how to get to XPs through the Nether, so I probably won't head over there. But I am super interested in those mini blocks. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to take the time to do more things like this. I've got to do it. Make shulker box for Wandering Trader. So whenever we encounter the Wandering Trader, we'll have all the blocks available ready to trade. That is my plan. Coach TTV is here with the Prime and Sigma Squared. Gifting subs to Mr. Eyes89, the Dice Man, Andy Man, Edoe, J Cammy B. Thank you ever so much for your support. I appreciate, again, all these gifted subs. Wonderful. FIREU is here for 23 months, saying soon 2 years. Yes, 1 more month to go and it's 2 years of support. Can't thank you enough. Right, we are actually caught up on the noises in the air. Can you believe it? I can barely believe it. I can barely believe it. What we need is some of these, some of those. Don't I have another one full of woods? I should really colour the wood ones by now. I need to take the time to do that as well. So I kind of like I can't decide the pace at which I want to make videos at, and I kind of went like blitz mode the last few days. I was just on here non-stop, and now I feel like I should slow down maybe and focus on doing little things like that. I don't know. I can never make up my mind. I'm forever changing it. Really what we want is like 2 areas for this. So when we're ready to send through some of the sheep, to make my life easier, I'm probably actually going to want a couple of areas. Because we have access to all the dyes, the sheep that will come through here, I can dye them as we go, so I probably don't need too much in the ways of sorting these sheep out. So we'll have a little containment area before they go through, and then over here we're going to have a much larger area. Something like that will be fine. Now they're going to come from a portal all the way over there, so I don't think there's much hope of properly wrangling them. Yeah, we're going to have to use something to lure them, which is wheat, right? Wheat is what we lure the sheep with. Is that correct, people? Is that correct? 1001 is the real episode 1000, says Tuxaband. Oh, but you're forgetting about episode 457.5, and also the extra episode of Hermitcraft that didn't have a number in it, so maybe not. Yes, people are saying yes, it's wheat, thanks. Because they changed a couple of them, and my brain is so bad at like picking up all these changes. It's like pigs got changed to potatoes, and I just always think of wheat for every animal, and then I go up to the pig and I'm like, what's up, buddy? You know, why are you ignoring me? Do we got a problem, piggy? You know? And then I pulled out my sword, and then I went looking for its family. Wait a minute. No, I'm getting confused with Evil X. That wasn't me. That was Evil X. Jeez, that guy. Anyway, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Death Dealer YT is here for 12 months. That's a whole year. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Oh, pigs are carrots. Well, there you go. See? Like, oh, it's potatoes or carrots. Oh, right. Hey! Now we got our wheat. Oh, they agree, do they? So, how much wool have we got stocked up? Yeah, we got plenty. Peeps, here's what I'm going to do. Okay? This next bit of the stream is going to be so exciting, so don't go anywhere. You are not going to believe the quality content you're about to get. Right? You're going to get me standing in this hole. Right? While I'm standing in this hole, go check out my Asuma Says channel. Peeps, I'll be right back. I need the toilet. Right. Oh. Oh, okay. Whew. Right, let's break these blocks and get back to it. I feel so much better now. All that tension is relieved. All that bladder tension. Oh, I'm gonna function better now, I think. Right. We're gonna let out these sheep and it's gonna be chaos. And I just feel like doing things the chaotic way today because it'll be fun. Who's ready for chaos? Am I gonna regret this? That is the question. Now what way does that open? So we need to open that first. Who's ready for chaos? Do you know what I want to do? I kind of want to bring my camera account over here and do this in replay mod. Or I could just put replay on this. We'll just leave it. You know, not everything has to go in a video, right? Let's move that out of the way. Yeah, actually, let's like pay attention to the potential follies here. We don't want anything going down to that level. Could probably do with putting up some fences, but I think that's enough chaos for me. Now, we got their attention, peeps. We got their attention. Are you ready for the chaos? I said, are you ready for the chaos? We got their attention. We got their attention. Oh! That was a magical moment of chaos and wonder and beautiful things. The popping of the sheep. Right, there's a few stragglers. They're also all naked. Nothing but naked sheep. There's a problem in my plan. Okay, the problem is I don't want them to be naked. There's also a hole right there. This plan is terrible. Okay, I don't have additional things to put on my offhand, so now we're going to lose a lot of interest. Okay, come on. Come on. That's the way. That's the way. This isn't the way. Go that way. Come on, sheepies. Look at them just blindly following one another. Bunch of people, aren't they? That's what we should call them. Look at you. Just like a person, blindly following. Okay, that is me trying to make a joke about the sheeple thing, and it's not very funny, I'll admit it. Okay, but that's one of the things you get here. You get quality, not funniness. Right. Got another one over there. Come on, dude! Yes! You made it ashore. Whew. Whew. Imagine if a hermit was walking past your portal. Yeah, they'd be like, what's going on? What's going on? Spangleboo says it was quite funny, to be honest. Well, thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that. What's with airline food is here. Resubscribe for 3 months. Thank you ever so much for your 3 months of support. You can't come back. No. This is going to happen a lot, by the way. They're going to go in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay, so here's chaos on the roof of the Nether. And immediately one of them popped back through again. I, need some grass at this point in time, and I think I've very much well and truly not thought this through, but whatever. I'll get them over there, and then I'll figure out the situation with the grass. That's probably the best way to go. Flex AU says, how do I have a black inventory? Vanilla tweaks. Vanilla tweaks. 2 words, 1 Google search, you'll get your answer. We got noises in here from Spooky with the Prime. Lean Idara subscribing. What's with airline? Oh wait, I've read these already. Gross John is the new subscription noise in the ear. Thank you, Gross John. Stop being gross. No, I'm messing with you. Oh, apparently the Assumer Says plug is still on the stream. Well done, me. Okay, it's off now. It's off. It's off. Apparently Shishwami in Hindu means eternal. That's interesting. As in Doom Eternal, right? How much RAM does the HC server run, says Drawing MC. I don't know, we used to have it set to like 64, but we put it down to like 8 recently, because it doesn't really use it. That's like that whole assigning loads of RAM to Minecraft, right? If you assign tons and tons of RAM to Minecraft, you effectively open up the door to decreased performance, because it has to flush out all the empty memory, and it does it like every so many seconds, and it can cause lag spikes. So you should aim to have like 1.5, 2 gigs That's all you really need. Cool. That'll be enough sheep to get the project over there started, but we're going to try and get a few more over here. What's your favourite Doom game, X? Is best? Probably 2. Doom 2's just classic. We got Todd M for 22 months. Thank you, Todd M. Appreciate your support. All right, Nat the Unicorn. I'm glad you enjoyed the streams. Favourite Hermit. Wow, what an honour. What an honour. There were more sheep than that. Don't tell me they ran off into the distance. I see a chicken. Maybe we did just conjure them all. So there should be a couple more on this side though, right? Did you enjoy Eternal X as Hellcat? You know, I haven't actually played it that much. I recorded some videos for it. And then I was like, actually, I'm not going to record any more videos. So I played it casually for a little bit. And then I started playing Final Fantasy. And because I can't go on the treadmill and play Doom, I haven't done it since. We've got to wait here for a minute, probably. Won't they despawn? Passive animals don't despawn, typical panda. It's not a thing that they do. I've got a bed with me. Let's go sleep in it. And I started playing Final Fantasy again in hard. Like, I got to the end of the game, completed it. Started to try and do some of the stuff for, you know, trophies and in-game challenges, and I did a little bit of that and it wasn't so fun. And so I thought, well, let's try this whole hard mode thing. And so I played a little bit of that today. I'll play a bit more later on and see where it goes, you know? I'm not a fan of, like, completionism for completionism's sake. So as long as I'm enjoying the experience, I'll keep playing. But, you know, if I enjoy hard mode, then I've got an objective. Favourite Final Fantasy game? 7. The Story of 7. Let's just... Oh, jeez, one of them went back in, didn't they? Let's just say The Story of 7 is my favourite, right? Now, if I leave them just about here, I think it might make more sense for me to jump through, get that one back. No, don't come this way! Do not... Oh, if you come through. If that one comes through, I'm going to be so annoyed. Right, we'll hang out here for a minute, won't we, Sheepy? Right. So yeah, in terms of storyline 7, but I only played like 7, 8 and 9 a little bit, and then I played 12. I was looking through some of the old Final Fantasy games on YouTube, and I went back and I looked at 12, and I was like, it's interesting how... But I think the sign of a really good something or other you've watched, like a movie or a game, is when you go back and it comes back to you vividly. I went and watched Final Fantasy 12 and it didn't come back to me very vividly. I've seen this, but I just don't really... It didn't really stick in my mind. Whereas the other day, for example, I watched Inglourious Bastards for the second time, and it was just like complete deja vu for every scene of that movie. Before it, I couldn't really remember all of it, but as soon as I started watching it, all came back to me very quickly, and that's because it's really good. You know, I think that's a common thing I experience. If something's really good, I don't have to remember every little detail, but if I go and watch it again, it'll all come back. And that's how I feel about something like Final Fantasy VII, right? It's stuck with me for so many years. And like playing the remake is just like, oh, I remember this bit, I remember that bit. You know? Inglourious Bastards is the best Tarantino, says Sigma Squared. I wouldn't know how to say which one of his is my favourite. I'm not like the biggest Tarantino fan, mainly because of the amount of gore and violence he puts in his movies. I find some of that stuff just a bit unsettling, but the way he gets his actors to act, the way the whole movie, you know, all the different aspects, right? All the shots look gorgeous, and the way it's all put together and narrativized, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But you know, as much as I enjoy movies, I don't get my head that deep into them, so I couldn't tell you which is my favourite. Like, he did Pulp Fiction, right? I'm not making some catastrophic error of memory there. I'm pretty sure he did Pulp Fiction, which I really liked. And I do know that I didn't enjoy the one with 8 in the name of it, I think. Oh, I remember not enjoying that one. Okay, here we go. They're all going to want to come towards me, and that's fine. We just got to get them all in here. That's all we've got to do. They've just got to come in here, right? That's it. That's all you need to do, is get in here. Now let me out. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Like a buzzily bee. Hateful Eight, that was the one, yeah. Hateful Eight. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. We've got other things we can work on today, and we did a good job there. You know, all the sheep are over here now, and I think I'll leave it at that. So we're going to go figure out where this extra shulker box is. We've got a noise in the ear from Little Hermit doing cheers and bits. Thank you, Little Hermit. I appreciate your support. Kill Bill is excellent. I've never watched Kill Bill. There's 2 of them, right? I've actually never watched them. They're just those, like, movies you know you probably should have watched, but ain't got around to them. Probably the violence, again. Like, it's blatantly going to be a violent movie. I used to love that stuff when I was younger. I used to love watching gore and horror and... still love horror. But, like, zombie movies and stuff. These days, I just ain't got the stomach for it. Just, I've become sensitized from a desensitized position. I think it reflects my views on humanity. I feel like when I was younger I was more misanthropic and thought the world was like an awful place. You know, what a horrible thing to be alive. And then over time it's like, nope, I don't think like that anymore. That's silly. And so I enjoy stuff that's so like violent and stuff much less. Because now I like, you know, I see it as like people suffering. So it can be really difficult to watch some of those sorts of movies. Nomad Andy says, I got bored of horror, too predictable. Unfortunately, it does have a very predictable nature to it. There are good horror movies that come out, like one or two every year. But the problem with horror is that it's also flooded by tons of just sort of cheap slasher horror, like very formulaic stuff, right? There's too much of that. Just predictable, straightforward stuff, and it drowns the market. You know, if you go to the cinema to just watch whatever horror movies on show, it's probably not going to be very good. But there's a few gems that come out each year. Right, I don't have a lot of stone, and I need a lot of stone for what I'm doing next. I think I might just go raid my shop. Oh wait, I've got a shulker box here. That's cool. I'm just going to throw these odd items away. I can't be bothered to sort them. Okay, I also don't need that many rockets for now. Right, now my inventory is a little less fuzzy. Let's go raid some stone. Expo says, I absolutely hate zombie movies. Generic idea, in my opinion. That's an interesting opinion, because the lack of genericism is what made zombie movies so great to begin with, right? So when I was growing up, there was like this resurgence of zombie movies yet to happen. And when I learned about like Dawn of the Dead, George Romero, and all these classic zombie horror movies, they were so fantastic because they were so different from other types of movies that were kind of like out and about at the time. But then, ooh, might not want to nudge this guy. But then there came like this wave of renaissance of like George Romero even got involved and brought out a few additional zombie movies for his franchise that were not very good. And then they sort of became this easy to produce, watered down thing. And one of the turning points for me where I lost interest in the zombie stuff was the Walking Dead series. I just felt like that kind of like took the charm out of where like zombie movies could go and all that stuff. That's when I kind of lost interest in it. So like saying that it's generic is a sign of how saturated the market has become for that thing. And when we like first discovered zombie movies, I mean the first ones are still terrific. If you can appreciate older forms of art and appreciate the context and the environment in which they were conceived, you can kind of like feel what's great about them. They obviously probably don't compare too much to the standards of movies today, right? I genuinely think things move forward. You know, the ways to make movies and stuff gets better with time and whatnot. But some classics really do stand the test of time, and I wouldn't say they stand the test of time or anything too bold, but they're great movies if you can appreciate them for what they are. I just realised that generic shares oh wait, that one. Oh no, it's still there. Generic is just part of something that is part of a genre. Yeah, the word genre is generic, right? Wreck is a great zombie horror movie. Grace, I love the Wreck ones. That was around the era of the handheld stuff becoming really popular, and there were loads of good handheld movies that came out. One of my favourites that really stuck in my mind that I've watched again, and I sort of, in a way, don't feel like it's actually like a great movie, but for some reason it sticks in my head, is As Above, As Below, I think it's called. And it's based in Paris and the catacombs that are under Paris. And like this group of people go down there with their handheld cameras and they get in all sorts of trouble, right? That one, just the idea and the theme, the setting. Ah, not again! No! Not right there. Literally the last place I got creeped was here. Jeez, get out of here, you sucker. Yeah, just something about the setting of that movie was terrific. Loved it. Okay, so we need to effectively, you know, try not to bombard my own inventory with stuff we don't need, which is always tricky. We also need to fill it up with stuff we do need. So we're going to put down some leaves, that's for sure. We will end up putting down some bamboo. That's for sure. We will... We'll need some grass, we'll need some podzol, and coarse dirt. Is there coarse dirt in there? No. There was definitely one with podzol, there it is, and coarse dirt. Great, that's all we need. So, podzol, coarse dirt. Now we should have a little bit of everything. And it's night time, that's not good. Right, we've got noises in the ear from Pyro Burnham for 23 months. Almost 2 years right there. Thank you so much, dude. Michalis91 is here with the cheers and bits saying, "Hey X, saw Tango and Brody play Scrap Mechanic last night. Now waking up to my favourite derb. It's going to be a good weekend." Awesome, dude. Thank you for the cheers and bits. I probably won't end up playing Scrap Mechanic. When that game came out, like, the survival idea of it was like such a great reason to play, and it wasn't there, and it's like been years. I've talked about this so many times, like this kind of thing particularly affects me due to the way that I play games. It's like once I lose interest, it is really quite difficult for me to regain it. And I lost interest in Scrap Mechanic, no surprise there. But these games where they bring out something very small and basic to begin with, and then it takes them years to get to the rest of the content, it's like, at least someone like me, you give me too much of a feel for the game before all the content's there, and then by the time the actual game comes around, I've like lost interest already. This is actually pretty much like set right here. We're probably not gonna, here we go, probably not gonna need much more at this level. So I'm going to fill this in with podzol. I think I'll put a few leaf blocks around the front here. Remember, that's not right. Remember, we can do that at particular levels. We can throw down leaf blocks like so. And then we need more podzol. So we just got to cover all of the stone bricks. And go all the way... uh-oh. I think I'm going to need to get rid of that. And that. Reverse Giraffe is here with the Prime subscription. Thank you ever so much. Reverse Giraffe. That paints an interesting image in my mind. Okay, we'll have to transform, terraform all this stuff at another time. Let's get rid of these vines so we can see what's going on. We actually, like, I thought we were going to be placing a lot of blocks here for this bit, but it doesn't seem to be so. And look at you, dude. Get out of here. I might just leave it like that for now. Actually, no, it's going to look so weird. Okay, get rid of that. Someone says use an axe, please. It'll be fine, don't worry. Just putting down a few blocks. Just don't want it to look super janky. You know, it looks janky. I'll accept that bit. I just don't want it to look super janky. Alright. And then we need to put this stuff back on top of it. Can't forget about that. Sweet. Absolutely sweet. So this will be where the thing gets sent back, and there needs to be a little bit of redstone. What I'm remembering is it's alright for it to go all the way back to the tree, but this isn't the same as the other one. This is the one, yeah. So this has to be out in front. Now we have made like no attempt to hide that whatsoever. I'm just wondering if maybe I should actually make an attempt to hide this, right? At least put a little bit of leavage around it. You know, even just that helps, right? It might be the most infinitesimal amount, but surely it makes a difference. I'm literally just gonna. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. That's probably not very helpful. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, so at least it's not super obvious. So then we've got to do the same thing over here. I think I'm gonna potentially put it in the tree. Oh, actually, it depends on the position of the blocks down below. Right, this stuff is tricky, peeps. Bear with me. I have eliminated my way to get back in for the time being. And I need to grab all the right blocks when we go back in there. And we need to get rid of the zombie. Alright, okay. We got a noise in here from MyCallus91, and also cheers and bits from MyCallus saying, not to worry, I've been with the Hermit since early mid, season 6, and I love y'all's shenanigans too much. Well, thank you ever so much for those cheers and bits, dude. Glad to have you with us all this time. We got Middle Out subscribing, Mio Lador with the Prime, and Lego Gymnast subscribing as well. Thank you ever so much. Truly appreciated. So, into the redstone box we go. Also require a trapdoor. We do. I see a trapdoor in here. So, one repeater, one piece of redstone, 2-bit. Why is there obsidian in here? I don't know, but I'll take it. I mean, I mined a bunch of obsidian the other day, and I wondered, where on earth did I put that? Maybe it was in there. This is very bamboo forest music. Great timing. It is, isn't it? Isn't it the jungle portion of the Diablo soundtrack? So, obviously it's doing its jungly thing. How do we get down here again? I think I'm going to use an ender pearl. That is a way to fall down. Okay. Or not okay. There we go. There we go. We're through. Let's put these things together. I swear I'm clicking like on it and it's not. Oh, what is going on there? I don't know. Again, that one. I keep having these weird like mouse problems, right? I swear I'm clicking on stuff, but it just doesn't seem to respond. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, the observer. The observer. Oh, my word. My word. Of course it's the observer. Get a new mouse, says Shane Best Gamer. This is a new mouse. I literally got this mouse to replace my old one, which I started having problems with. And this one fixed those problems without a shadow of a doubt. However, I've still got this weird unresponsiveness in Minecraft. I mean, it might be like me, but it's really weird. It just feels like I'm clicking on stuff in the inventory and it's not registering half the time. But yeah, anyway, I got a new mouse to fix the problems with the old one, and it didn't fix the mouse wheel problem. That just seems to be a bit of a non-solvable, I guess. Right, anyway, we got a noise in the air, which we'll read in a second. This thing is actually a little bit high. I'm glad I double-checked. It's 2 blocks off the ground. So we go 2 blocks off the ground, and we place it right here. Got to place it in the right direction, though, right? Don't want to be placing it in the wrong direction. No, not the wrong direction. What are you talking about? then I'm pretty sure I know the rest. I don't need to look. So that goes there. No, it doesn't, apparently. I think we just found something that needs tweaking. So if you place it on a vine, it doesn't put it in the position you want, interestingly enough. Okay, this needs to be obsidian. And then this over here. I remember when you only got 1k viewers per stream, says Andrux. I remember when I had 100 viewers per stream. It's all just been a journey, I guess. Let's, right, we've got to put redstone dust there. And then the repeater here on the third side. Didn't want to come down here. Yep, let me back up. Okay. Let me back up like a truck. That was weird. Right, a little bit of bamboo, a little bit of podzol. Wait, we actually need to put down some podzol into these areas, I guess, then. If we do it like that, it does kind of look like... It does sort of look okay to do that. Okay, get rid of that one. This one. Gonna have to get rid of all of this, basically. I erroneously planted them here too hastily. That's what I did. Right, then in this spot, definitely don't want to play it too easy. Right, that's gonna work. I think we'll actually leave it like this and put some leaves around here. Maybe a couple of bits of bamboo. And then that hopefully will help it all sort of blend together. Remember, no one's ever really going to like be directly over here, so I think it's kind of fine to have it done a bit janky. It's not a big deal. Okay, now when it comes to this, I'm going to put those like that. And maybe a little cluster over here. And then the rest can be mostly this. Sweet. Alright, we have set up this end over here. Definitely need some bushes to help hide this stuff, right? But not there. Well, that I can tell you. Alright, that's that bit done. We're moving on. We're moving on, we're moving out. Shadowlands Prod says sometimes jankiness adds character. Indeed, yeah. So, Parody is here with a nation saying, "Hey X, I was wondering how are you able to get a preview of the shulker box from inside your inventory? Is it a mod?" Anyways, I love all your content, keep up the good work. It is a mod, it's called Shulker Box Viewer, I believe. And it is a beautiful mod, and I really wish it was in vanilla. It's awesome. Thank you for the donation, I appreciate it. Tinterball472 for 2 months says, "I really enjoyed watching your last episode. I feel like the quality has taken a step up recently." Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm always striving to do better, essentially. Hey, there's a parrot hanging out of us. What was that noise? Like a bone crunch noise all of a sudden. Oh, maybe you're imitating the sound of things in caves below. That would make sense. Right, next slime machine involved... Well, we didn't build a slime machine, but, you know. Ah, we need more sticky pistons, do we? That can be arranged. There we go. That's actually all we need, right? For now. I built a activating system that's running into some really weird issues where it seems like the flying machine sort of stops prematurely, but I can't figure out why it would do that. What we don't have right now, what we now do have is knowledge of where the 10th thing is. So where I'm standing right now will be where the slime block needs to be. So I think we're going to put in one more row of these blocks, right? That over there, by the way, is going to get torn down, that's for sure. One more row of blocks. And then our slime machine is going to go here. I guess it's going to be one block higher, yeah. 2, 3. And this is some terrifying music. I feel like it really doesn't suit the tone of my stream, but that's fine. Aha, did you see that log? That can't be there. Okay, get rid of that. So, let's see if I can do this without referring to one of the others first. I think... Now, I'm just going to go refer to the other machine because I can't quite remember. I've built enough of these, you think I'd know by now? So you have the 3 and it goes back and across. Yeah, okay. Back and across. This is so annoying. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, then it goes back and across. Okay, so we can park up there just fine with the way the leaves are. That one's 4 in a row. So then we have sticky piston here. Sticky piston there. And then we break these 2. We put slime blocks like this. Then we can put... That's the right way around, yep. Put them like that. And I'm bouncing my head. Okay, I'm going to put a lead block around this level. We'll put a couple of them. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Right. So, now we remove those. And we want to make an activation device up here. We also want to stop this... Oh, we haven't got the obsidian. Let's go grab the obsidian. How is your day going, says the Ender Gamer. It's going great, thanks for asking. That's a lot of bamboo, says the Ender Gamer. We need a lot of bamboo, I tell you. We need a lot of it. Right, so 2 of those, and I'm not going to make the activation system today. I hate how he's walking through the bamboo. It makes me feel like Herobrine is coming. It does? That's a strange feeling, I guess. Some podzol going on over here. Getting a bit shaky from all the items being picked up and the flying machines going around. Yeah, we'll probably leave it like that for now so we can get in and out of here. In fact, I'm going to wrap that around a bit more. Yep, I'll do. That we might literally leave that there forever and have our own little entrance bit. Okay, so now what I want to do is get up here. So I think we need... Oh, let's go double check. I think we need it at the piston level. Oh, what's going on? Oh! Oh! Yeah, I can see it's at the piston level. Right, I don't want to get squished. Clover Bow says, I'm curious how you and the other hermits grow as builders. I've watched since Season 4 and I've seen when not many of the members textured and layered their builds, and now quite a few are experimenting with gradients. So I guess my question is, what keeps you wanting to learn more and get better in the game? Clover B, thank you for your cheers and bits. That is one of the most thoughtful questions we've had in a while. I think the drive to get better at doing something is an innate human thing that translates to the game. I don't think the game is driving me to do something better. I just think it's the want to do things better anyway, right? And so Minecraft isn't unique to this. Whenever I've played other creative style games or did the guitar videos, it was all about getting better as well as having fun, right? So it's just a natural human thing to want to get better. Now, as for the improvements in Minecraft, one of the big things that you won't really realize unless you've been watching over time, when you go back and watch those old videos, it's easy to forget how little of an option you had. There are so many blocks and options today. It's transformed the game from what it once used to be. So that's another big part of it. What I'm not going to do is... what have I done something wrong? Oh, I think I might have made the machine too... Wait, no. It's supposed to be 8 blocks wide, so 5, 6, 7, 8. And all... Oh, maybe I never finished placing all of that. Huh. That's probably the best explanation. Well, it needs another 2 rows at this level. And I guess we'll be the ones to put that in, right? Didn't I grab some grass for this as well? JTB says, who has seen the idiots in Full Symmetry's chat? Can you elaborate on what you mean by that? I think I know. If I catch your message, I'll answer, but I think I know what you're going to get at with what you're saying there, and I'm happy to talk about it. It's something that needs talking about, really. I'm just keeping my eye on chat at the moment, peeps, because this is something I guess I want to talk about. Aha, Winnie. Yes, that's what I've heard, Winnie. Okay, so some folks are saying they will unsubscribe from False if she wins Mayor. Okay. Let's be clear here, okay? Inside a Hermitcraft, we're all a group of friends. And if I were to do something on the server and find out that it meant that people were being mean to someone else, that would make me feel bad. It would make me feel bad. And I know that Green and Mumbo probably feel the same way. And this whole Mumbo for Mayor thing, I think people are missing the point. It's about us as a group having fun together. Mumbo running for Mayor is fun for all of us. Other people getting involved as well. It's fun, it's shenanigans, it's a reason to play together and have a good time. And so this idea of unsubscribing from someone who wins because you're invested in that person winning misses the point. We're going to have fun whoever wins. It's not about one person winning. And if you're one of these people who has done this, just think it over. Why would you want to go and say these things on behalf of the person you think you want to win, right? Like, you're going to make them feel bad when they hear that their friend is being harassed over something that they're doing together, right? Because, you know, we're a server, we're a group. If something like a mayor race happens on the server, we're all a part of it. You know, I'm doing my little reporting. Other people are running as well for this position of mayor. It's a group thing. We're a group. We're friends. We do this together because we enjoy it. And behaving and acting that way can make it unenjoyable. You know? So it's a small percentage of people as well. It's a really tiny percent. But all it takes online when you've got hundreds of thousands of people watching and enjoying videos and having a good time and being reasonable and respectable, just takes a couple of those people to think different and to shout, and then it can be harassment, you know. So I guess this, you know, a lot of you looking at chat clearly are mature enough to understand all of this stuff. If you're not, if you're one of those people posting messages like that, I'm not entirely sure what to say other than just realize that we're friends and you're saying that to someone's friend, okay? Mumbo actually wants people to compete with him. That's why he challenged Stress to run as well, says Delataxia. Yeah, exactly. It's fun. It's fun for us. It's not about who wins. It's about the journey, which is often the case with many things in life. You know, it's about having fun. Let's say we made a competition on the server, right? Me and Mumbo or whatever, we're going to like, who can mine the most redstone blocks? Right? If he wins, if I win, for both of us, you'll probably find we don't care that much about actually winning. It's the fun of the journey, the fun of the shenanigans and the things that happen along the way. That's why these things happen on this server, because they're fun to do with friends. And so then when someone takes it too seriously and starts to throw around insults and be mean, it removes the fun for us. The people who you think you might be speaking on behalf of. you'll be spoiling the fun for us, because, you know, now it's like, now we've got this to deal with, people being mean and rude. Like, it's not cool. Anyway, I'm looking. I've got my eye on chat, people. Just to, as always, I like to try and pick out an opposing opinion. But it feels like 99% of people are pretty much agreeing. Is False okay? I hope she is. I haven't spoken to her too much. You know, we're adults. We understand that the people doing this are probably emotionally stunted, or children, or, you know, have their own issues that they're taking out in, you know. When people act mean, there's usually a reason behind it. Now, sometimes you say they're children because that's what children do. They act mean. They're young people that are still figuring out how to be a person, right? But, you know, if they're not a child and they're acting that way, there's probably a reason why. There's usually a reason why people behave and do the things they do. And more often than not, those stem from things like abuse or suffering or emotional inadequacies that these people are going through anyway. So a lot of you are saying like, oh, it's just children. And you might be right, it might just be young, immature children. But let's say it's not. Because I've encountered people doing things like that online where I'm like, yeah, you'd expect that from a child, but from someone of your age, not. And what you'll find is there's usually like reason and motive behind. You know, people don't act mindlessly, and it's usually a reason that could provoke some compassion, because I don't think people do mean and evil things just out of thin air. I think there's usually some suffering of their own that they're now letting out onto someone else, right? So yeah, maybe I'm getting a bit too into this now, right? Sigma Squared says people get invested in their favourites. It becomes part of their identity. Yeah, that's really well worded. So that's another psychological way to look at this, and it's one of the things that I try to address a little bit and probably don't do too good a job. But like the last stream we were over here, someone was like asking for a shout out and saying other things that reminded me kind of that, right? Like you get your personality attached to someone else's, and I don't want to encourage that at all. I think it's really important to be aware of the parasocial relationship that you have with someone online, okay? Like, this is a friendly place, it's a friendly environment, but IRL, we are strangers, you and I. We are complete strangers. And online relationships are different from in-person relationships, and more so are parasocial ones, where it's one-way interaction. That's what you're experiencing right now. A one-way interaction from me to you. It's something to be kept in mind, and something to know about. You can enjoy this the same way, you can have as much fun being here and whatnot, but you should just be aware of it, alright? Because you hear these crazy stories every now and then of like someone turning up at someone's house, and it's because of that lack of understanding that this is like a parasocial interaction. Bullies are often or have been bullied, says Tenara. Yep, that's a really great example. That is so common, you know, that people who bully have been bullied themselves. Isn't it unisocial, not parasocial? I've never heard the term unisocial before. Parasocial is the term I've heard many times again to describe what I do or the environment that I'm operating within, you know. Streaming, making videos, I hear it referred to as parasocial very often. Hermitcraft, a group of friends who challenge each other with friendly competitions, competitive banter in a fun and creative way that helps to better themselves. Yeah, Cheshire Chick, well put. I think it's weird that I feel to know you, but I am a complete stranger to you. It's also every character in a movie or on TV, etc., says Kroll, 1988. Yeah, that's the way of looking at it. Like, you get to know characters in a movie, right? It's a bit different because a movie, they're playing a character, but it's also kind of similar, right? Like, I'm not the same. I'm not identical to what's happening right now, IRL. Okay, this is my streaming time. This is when I do my streaming thing. It's not the same. And that can be hard for some people to like get their head around sometimes. That's fine, you know. It's just all about like educating and making you aware of it. Why Creepy Music is quality? I just really fancied it. I love the Diablo soundtrack. I'm just so aware of like how un-Minecrafty it is. I probably won't pick this one too often anymore. Okay, there we go. There's our 10 wide bit. I think what I'm going to do is actually place the... Yeah, let's place the rails last today. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to place them last. So, lots of stone bricks to go in now. The reason I want to do it that way is because this next bit's going to be a pain in the bum, I think. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Then you got the next one. Now, this water's just going to be annoying. We'll see how it goes. 1, 2, or maybe not. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this won't be so bad. Thank you for talking about that subject, X. I feel it needed to be talked about, says the Jaffa Thief. Yeah, it does, and I'm sure you'll hear some of the other hermits talking about it as well, because we don't want one of our friends to get harassed, of course. That's not something we want. Let's get to those noises in the ear, shall we? That I've neglected here. We had that very intelligible question. Mike Callus91, here with the cheers and bits, saying, the name is Nicholas. Oh, right, I see it now, sorry. But not. Oh, okay. Keep in mind, flying machines break if they're unloaded while in use. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I know how to fix them, so if it happens, it happens. It's kind of unavoidable while I'm filling up my supply. Once the supply is filled up, it'll be less likely to happen, because it will only essentially fill up. Oh, that's convenient that I don't have to move this. Right, and now we're getting close to where it's gonna do its unloading business. I should really get some shears for this bit. When people are mean to others, it's due to their own securities. As a person who is happy with themselves, I have no need to put others down to feel better about themselves. False has done nothing wrong, and this must be hard for her, so I urge you all to drown out the bullies with support. That's a fantastic idea right there. Well said. And yeah, you know, and by the way, don't harass the people who harass. Lead by example. Lead by example. I think that's such a great way to think about things. What was it that MJ said? Take a look in the mirror and change yourself. You know, like, be the difference you want to see in the world. So often do you encounter, like, things where people are perhaps moaning or complaining or pointing out something that's you probably agree with is like wrong or trashy or not the right way to do things, but be the example. Walk the different line, you know? Warpton Builds is very ironic realising his crimes. Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. I really can't be bothered to go down that rabbit hole. Not saying he did or he didn't do anything, just that's like a whole other discussion right there. You know, I think if someone, I think you can separate like a person from their art, right? And I think you can separate a person from the things they say, if the things they say hold value. Even if it may be said in hypocrisy, the value of the idea can still be of value to someone else, I believe. You might disagree with me on that. I think we've come past where the flying machine actually is. You like if someone comes up with a really, like, imagine if someone figured out fusion energy, okay, but they did this horrendous crime that's so awful we can't even talk about it. Okay, wouldn't it be a shame if we didn't use their fusion energy and solve the world's pollution and energy problems? Like, feels like the merit of an idea should be utilized regardless of where it came from. So, you know, even if someone who is accused of doing many things has, you know, said something of value, I think that value can still be preserved. We don't have to throw it out the window because of what they did. Right, noises in the ear. I like Hermitcraft overall. Cheers and bits saying, I dare you to sing while making this. You know, every now and then I bust into sing, but I don't know what I would sing about. But thank you for the cheers and bits. Shadowlands Prod says, I 100% agree with you with that. I wish more people would think like that. I too would wish that more people would see things that way. Because there is often like this kind of like knee-jerk reaction to attach two things together like that, right? And I can understand that. I can understand people thinking and feeling that way. I've done it on occasion. You have to like see it in yourself. What am I looking for here? Like my brain keeps forgetting. I'll tell you what, I can make what I'm looking for. Okay. Now we're gonna make some torches. I only need a few. That's good enough for me. We got D Joey with the Prime subscription. I like Hermitcraft overall subscribed as well. Thank you ever so much. Those cheers, those bits, and that subscription. We got Legiland with the Prime. Larry Memes You with cheers and bits saying, I don't know if this was meant, but I think your first brick was only set by 4 instead of 5. Could be wrong. We got 5 there. 5 again. 5 again. 5, 5, and 5. We're all good. We're all good. Lockheed in the UK. With the cheers and bits. Hashtag symmetry support. That's the attitude right there. That's the attitude. That's what we got started about, right? You know, don't go harassing the harassers. That's one thing that rarely helps. They're probably already not really understanding what the right sort of etiquette is, right? And they're probably not going to respond very well to someone telling them different. Tends to be how it goes. Okay, so it's like down by 1, redstone block. Oh, I never put stone bricks in there. That's usually a thing I should do. And then 2. So down by 1, redstone block, and then 2. Do I even have any redstone blocks left? I do. Down by 1, redstone block, and then 2. Now this, I like, the soundtrack. I love me some classical. And I kind of forgot that when you get to the last part of the soundtrack, there's this kind of style for a while, which is great. Sometimes I feel like classical has got to be some of the most underrated music ever. Just, I don't know, just seeing those comments that like classical is boring, it like hurts my soul. This sort of music's like completely beautiful and gorgeous and serene. You know, not all music has to be like. Don't even know what that is. I think when you like music, it's very easy to be like, oh, I like this type of music, right? And then you kind of want to hear that type of thing. The beautiful thing about music is you can hear what the artist is trying to convey to you. And so that can surprise you. That can be something you didn't expect. And if you open your mind up, like a lot more music becomes interesting, because you can hear things that you didn't know you'd be interested in hearing. We got Star Knight 200 resubscribing for 2 months. Lol. T Snoops with the 2 months of subscribing. Thank you ever so much. We got a donation from Gadget Gaming saying, is a Sumo Void a character for you, or is this genuinely your personality? Also, do you use your real voice? Your accent is different from the other Brits on the server. I use my real voice, but my voice is definitely in a different temperament when I stream. And I wouldn't call it a character, I'd call it a mode. Like, I feel like I go into a mode. Like, I'm not playing a character when I talk to you about these things I think and feel about. And I'm not being a character when I tell you stories of stuff I've done, or we do Minecraft together. Like, none of that is like a character I'm acting. But it's a different mode. Like, sitting and streaming is different from regular interaction with people, right? It's a different experience, or a different mode of being. So when I stream, you know, I go into streamer mode and I do my streaming thing, and I love it. I enjoy it. It's great. Now these have got to be 10 wide, right? Let's go double check that. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 10 wide. 10 wide. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah. 3, 1. I've got a weird feeling. Nah, look. Hang on a minute. So that message we got earlier might have been about that over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so did this eagle eye notice that I made a mistake here? No, I just always had that at 9. Huh. Well, now I've got to go over there and repair that, which kind of sucks. Okay. There's a bamboo there. Bamboo there. So we've got to go 1 block further over the other direction. Interesting. I have probably therefore placed blocks in the wrong spot. This is why it's nice to get everything right from the get-go, right? Because then you don't have to mess about with stuff like this. But luckily over here, it's, yeah, you can see blatantly it was supposed to be here. So luckily there it's fine. And let's just put that there. Okay, let's go all the way around. Alright, hopefully I answered your question. Gadget Gaming. Leia Flow is here with cheers and bits. Thank you ever so much. We got Titan and Clank subscribing. We got Mike Callis. I'm literally thinking that's not it, and I can't remember. I'm gonna have to scroll back. This is embarrassing. Nicholas. Micholas. Micholas is what it is, isn't it? Can we solve the issue of how your name is properly pronounced? Also, the CNC soundtrack had me fanboying big time in your other stream. I love the CNC soundtrack. That music just puts me in like a good space. That good little, you know, 12-year-old carefree, no problems in the world mind space. That kind of thing. Thank you for your cheers and bits. My name is pronounced however you wish to pronounce it. There is no correct pronunciation because I made it up. It's a made up name. Some people call me Shishwami. Shishwambam. And Zizai Zuma Void. You know? It's that however you like, basically. Okay, that there needs breaking. So that goes in. And then we've got a bunch of these to put in. I have some soundtracks of games in my childhood that bring me back to that feeling too, says Taubar. I think many of us will. I think it's just the power of music combined with, you know, that kind of, that age of innocence just creates those feelings. And they're wonderful, and you should hold on to them. That's why I still like all the stuff I liked when I was younger. It's like, I kind of understand, you know, some stuff's a bit like cheesy and corny or whatever now, but it was such good fun at the time. Like, I don't want to let go of that. Right, we got Cummings 521 here with a donation saying, I love classical. It reminds me of my grandma, and it always puts a smile on my face. Also, love your videos and streams. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you for the donation, dude. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoy the videos and the classical, of course. This kind of music is gorgeous. Right, we got to go get some redstone blocks. And away we go. How'd you come up with your username, says Broman? I took the word music, flipped it around, changed the C to an X, added an A, and the name was born. Right. Somewhere in here. Redstone blocks. Lots and lots of those redstone blocks. I wonder if XB is still watching. If XB ever needs some redstone, you can grab some from there. Don't take all of them. Jeez, not all of them, but some. Snoop says, it really that simple? Yeah, it is. It is really that simple. Music sounds like Star Wars. It does! It's got a little bit of a Star Warsy vibe to it, right? I hear you on that one. Totally know what you're getting at. Yeah, it totally uses like refrains like that in the Star Wars movies. Hey X, any thoughts about school systems? And I don't think if you think it's good or bad. I'm asking if you have any specific ideas on how to make it better, because you always have a smart and new perspective to certain topics. Well, off the top of my head, changing educational systems is not something I particularly dive into or think about too much. I do, however, think it's a very interesting time to be forced to do stuff. Actually, here's what's interesting. We had a discussion the other day about obesity and exercise and taking control and responsibility for one's situation, and someone was messaging in saying like they understand the difference between discipline and motivation, and it got me thinking to like a good way of describing discipline is like when you were a kid, you had to like told to do this thing, to do that thing. You got to get up and go to school. You got to do this job, do that thing, right? And a lot of us as kids probably wanted to just play and goof around and do other stuff instead, right? Now discipline is like that. It's just like that. Oh, you got to do your homework, but you want to go out and play. Except there's no one over your shoulder telling you to do it. You're now telling yourself. That was the idea that I had, the analogy, if you like. That's what discipline is like. It's like having homework from school, but no one's forcing you to do it. You're doing it yourself now. I thought that was a really good way of describing it, perhaps. Okay, it's starting to look a teeny tiny bit better, isn't it? I think we can get away. I think actually we'll try not to get away. Let's just go one block high here. I guess I kind of built some of this stuff up a little too quick. Apparently we're running out of the materials we need. Welcome back to Philosophy with Asuma, says Astral Rain. Here we go again. As a teacher writing their thesis on improving education, as I'm listening to your stream, changing the education system is not something you want to get into. Yeah, isn't it a very rigid and bureaucratic thing that's very difficult to make change within? You know, sometimes when things are big and difficult to make change within, there can be a good reason for it. A lot of the time it can be frustrating if perhaps you think you've got the answer to something. You could solve this problem, but like personal experiences, like they tend to be different on large scales. You might be able to like teach students in a particular way or do something different that works, but it might not be translatable to a broad spectrum of teachers, you know? I'm not saying I really know what I'm talking about here, just a thought as to why things can sometimes be so rigid to change. What do I keep? Alright, I'm having that trouble where it's like I walk over here, I walk over there, and I still don't know what I'm looking for. It's Podzol. We'll take some dirt since we seem to be running low on stuff here. Right, we got noise in the ear from Singer Freak. Andurium for 6 months. Sinister Hip. Orc Rhysis TV. Thank you ever so much for the support, peeps. What are some good tips for streamers, says Kids in the Trunk. I am always happy to answer questions where people ask for tips, but I like to answer questions that are more specific because there is a plethora of people out there online on the internet providing you with the basics. There is no shortage of advice for streamers. Like the SEO market, the advice market is big on YouTube and probably on Twitch as well. Actually, probably not as much on Twitch because it's kind of live. Like, I don't know. It's definitely big on YouTube. So I prefer to answer more specific, nuanced questions that maybe I can take my own experiences and give you a bit more of an insight with. But, you know, generic tips. I don't know if you're asking for a tip on what type of computer you should use, what time of day you should stream. What games should you play? Should you use a face cam? There's just so many things that could be said, right? Okay, hoppers and droppers go next, but we're going to actually focus on putting these blocks in, I think. Please group your shovel with your other ones, it's feeling very lonely. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that, like here or there, it's not worth worrying about where it is. The lack of an axe is infuriating, please get it. Ah, it's fine. Can someone tell me what he's doing? I just started watching. We are building the infrastructure for a collection system that will collect bamboo from the bamboo forest we have built above. It's a custom forest. It's designed to look natural and organic, and there are going to be minecart hoppers travelling back and forth across these blocks, picking up everything from above as a flying machine goes over and chops down all the bamboo. And now I'm sinking in the water. Ah! And that does not want to be there. It doesn't. That stone brick definitely doesn't want to be there, it told me. It said, I don't want to be here, X. Get rid of me. It is designed to be filled with glass, says Luke Bomber. I don't think this is. I don't think there's any glass in this project. Your bamboo beautiful project is... Sorry, your bamboo project is beautiful and I love it, says MC Hatter. I'm glad you do. I think it was a really good way to go about doing the project. So often do farms just kind of get built in like a square box, right? It's like, oh, here's this farm. And I'm doing a fair bit of that myself this season with the towers. It just kind of makes sense, put the farm in the tower. But I like the idea of making things a little bit more organic. And we had an opportunity to do that here by integrating it into the forest. That's why you see all these trees around here. Because we're literally in a forest. This is so Star Wars. I can't get that out of my head now that someone's mentioned it. I feel like, you know, Darth Vader's going to come around the corner in a minute. Actually, this is Evil X's music right here. This is when Evil X logs onto the server and it's like, no! He's back! One day Evil X will tell me he's my father. How did you get the stone bricks without opening inventory, says Lewis. I am middle clicked to get them. You know, let's do it again. Bam! Oh, I'm out. I'm literally out. Well, we'll make more. We'll get rid of them. Okay, oh, where are they? Bam, middle click. Just like that. This is the Diablo 2 soundtrack, for those of you that are asking. The expansion pack, actually. The sequel to the prequel. Or is it the prequel to the sequel? I forget. What if Evil X kills off the button? Says Rusty. Oh, Evil X would do that, wouldn't he? Hang on, how would he kill off the button just by sitting there watching it? Why do you have a bow and sword when you're building? One weapon is fine, I guess. Well, I have a sword in case a zombie comes from behind, or, oh, what's that? A skeleton off in the distance, or a creeper. I'll use my bow. You don't want to get close to a creeper. It's a bad idea. How many extra redstone blocks did I pick up? Didn't I, like, pick up a stack, just not thinking I might need more than a stack? I think I thought that would be enough. It turns out it is enough for this bit, but maybe not enough for everything. We got a noise in the ear. It's Miss Roxy Spamcakes with the cheers and the bits saying, hey, I was wondering if the mayor vote was going to be a community vote or not. I hope it isn't. It would just go to Mumbo Jumbo automatically. I don't know. I don't know. I assume the Hermits vote, right? It's our server. I assume we'd be voting. Yeesh. Right, now we should probably pack this away. Although we could go do a little bit. Yeah, let's double check the outside before we pack everything away. So we need leaves, we need bamboo, and like podzol or dirt, which I seem to have run out of the podzol, right? There's some grass, that'll be helpful. There's some bamboo. Okay, yeah, quick little outside check, because we did have to change things here and there. There's nowhere to go! Here we go. So, just over here. That is looking mighty fine. That'll do for a moment. Ugh. Like the idea of having more of a cluster of this. So I'll figure out the rest of that later on. The other little bit I wanted to go check was just above where we've been digging. This could probably do with some bamboo on it already, couldn't it? But I'll leave it for now. So the flying machine looks good. Yeah, this little bit here is looking just fine, but I think I'm actually going to fill this in. Put in a few leaf blocks, not too many, and the rest can be bamboo. Beautiful. Let's have a couple more there as well. Now I need a way back in. Mon Moth Mama says walking through bamboo gives me anxiety. It shouldn't do. Anxiety's not a nice feeling, and getting it from a computer game, which is a game, probably not a good idea to get anxious about it. Not worth the energy, if you ask me. Okay, all that junk can go in that trunk. And then everything else can go in here. Right, let's head over to where we're going to do the redstone now. This has to be one of the most brilliant and beautiful farm designs. It's alright. I think, I was thinking about it, there are ways you could do this a little better, right? Like, if you look at the contours of the land, I was thinking if you spaced it out right, you could possibly have it so that your tracks could wiggle along, right? And then wiggle their way back. It would limit you from having terrain like this, and you'd have to be careful to do it in a way where you had enough room for powered rails. But if you designed all of these first, you could actually have one for every row of land, and then have a very organic landscape that can look even more natural, and chop down most of it all in one go as well. It's what I like is just the concept of thinking differently about how you should make your farm, right? Like not making it a box, but making it like no super efficient, super duper fast, but more like, hey, the objective here is to make it be a part of this jungle without you realizing it's a farm. And we have achieved that, I believe. Okay, so I probably need to go down one more. So it's going to be here that we have the droppers facing down. When you talk about memes in your comments, do you mean real memes or just jokes? I guess what I mean is things that I don't find funny. Like, every now and then a meme is sort of amusing, and a joke's a joke, it can be funny, right? But there is this just trend of this stale format of nobody, absolutely nobody. Asuma built a farm, and it's like, yeah, okay, you know, like that's just not very funny. And it got to the point where every comment was just some sort of meme, and so maybe some of them were funny, but like, just seeing meme after meme, I was like, this is not what I go to my comments for. I'd go to a meme subreddit if I wanted that, right? So I, you know, started talking about it and addressing it, and just got some immensely positive feedback from other people who feel the same way, and now we're starting to take back the comments a little bit. People are listening. And the quality of the comments has gone up drastically because of that, so I'm kind of glad I talked about it now. Right, we'll hop over here and take this. The last vid's comments were great, says Graceful. They were, weren't they? You know, now I scroll through and it's like, I don't feel like I'm fishing forever to find something interesting. It just feels like, oh look, these people are now telling me about my video again. It's just great. It's wonderful. I think, yeah, have we found a gap? Actually, no. I'm going to put a glowstone block here so that there's a little bit of light up on the surface coming out of those leaves. I think that'll be nice. Roughly 5% of those comments were funny, the rest were unfunny. 5%, eh? We got Cosmovolley here for 15 months, saying, 15 months, that's cool. It is cool, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And the lack of music lets me know what time it is. It's time for me to go and eat food. I'm going to make me some protein fluff. It's this dessert I heard about. You get frozen fruit, you mix it with some casein or some egg whites, and it becomes this like low-calorie, fluffy bowl of cold, delicious, fruity paste. Gonna give it a try. Peeps, we're at the end of today's live stream. I do hope you have enjoyed yourselves. Before you head out of here, be sure to hit that follow button. Be sure to hit it. Don't hit it with your fist. Don't break the monitor. Anyway, we'll do a raid as well. And Pixel Riffs is streaming, so I'm going to send you over to Pixel. I believe it might be his birthday as well, so say happy birthday from me, as I'm going to be shooting off. And yeah, thank you to all the people who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. I appreciate your support. Hit that raid button in chat, and I will see you very soon with another live stream. So, ciao for now. Bye-bye.